RBC recognizes the role the arts play in vibrant communities and strong economies, and that enabling the next generation of artists to succeed is essential to continued vitality. The RBC Emerging Artists Award was established to recognize up-and-coming Calgary-based artists who are in the early phases of their careers. RBC is delighted to present the award to Natasha Jensen, a talented and promising artist, animator, curator, and community advocate. Congratulations, Natasha. You represent all that the Emerging Artists Award aspires to recognize and highlight.
I'm Natasha Jensen. I'm a visual artist, animator, and curator in Calgary, Alberta. I got into animating by working with an animation society called QuickDraw. I work a lot with pencil crayons and cut paper, and a lot of it is really femmy and illustrative and really fantastical. A lot to do about women's voices and storytelling through women's experiences, especially just creating fantastical worlds and using that as a vehicle to talk about some bigger issues. Thank you so much, RBC. I really appreciate the support. I'd also like to thank my parents. You guys are great. I'd also like to thank my place of work, Arts Commons, for being my home for the past 4 years. And I'd also like to thank Calgary, because you're a great place to live.
The award is given to an artist or an arts organization who has made Calgary a better place to live. Inside Out Theatre was chosen because they create a more inclusive, diverse, and accessible Calgary for everybody. Creating accessible performances, producing and presenting original artworks created by artists with disabilities, which bridge the disabled arts community with the theatre community.
Well, I believe that everybody needs to contribute to the world in a positive way, and this is my way of contributing positively to society in general.
We host theater programs for adults with developmental disabilities. We also have an improv club for folks with Alzheimer's and a zine making club for folks living with mental illness. We also produce original professional work by artists with disabilities. We run something called the Good Host Program, where we partner with theater companies all across town to host accessible events of their productions.
I'd like to say thank you to SANDSTONE. We'd like to say thank you to everyone who tried to put this lunch together. And we'd like to thank all the volunteers and most of all the artists.
We're very proud that this year's recipient is Wendy. She's a trailblazer. She's been doing this work for over 25 years. She charted the course for many artists in this community. She sees the impossible and works with some of the city's most vulnerable people, allowing them to tell their stories through her puppetry. What extraordinary results she's receiving and the impact that she's having on the lives of so many people. We're really thrilled to honor her, but also get to know her and the spirit that she has in inspiring so many people in this community.
I am a puppet theater performer and creator, a workshop presenter, an arts administrator, and a visual artist. And I am the artistic and founding director of WP Puppet Theatre. Our View from the Inside Courage Journey program came out of one of our Puppet Power conferences as a program to promote positive mental health through an authentic, mask body puppet-infused project. We'd like to acknowledge our current program funding from the Calgary Foundation and Education Matters, our partnership with the University of Calgary Nursing, and our program facilitator managers Alan Rosales and Suzanne Cleese. And a huge thank you to over a dozen past participating organizations, our individual donors, our ongoing funding, and our program developers.
Fraser is the ideal recipient of this award because he is an enabler in the best sense of the word. He makes it possible for people young and old to find their voice and to share that voice with others. So Sean, thank you so very much for all that you do and how you've led the way. And talking about leading the way, there's a group of folks in town lobbying to move civic funding from the bottom quartile to the top quartile. And I think that's such an excellent idea. City Council, I call on you to, as rapidly as you can, move our funding up to a place where I and others can be proud of it.
Well, my name is Fraser, and I'm the Executive Director of Evergreen Theatre and Community Spaces. We've been around for about 25 years. We do science and environmental education in schools for young people across Alberta. And the other part of the organization is we provide space to the community and to artists to be able to do activities that they may not be able to do otherwise. This is a great honor for us as an organization and for myself as an individual. I want to thank Colin and Arlene for this wonderful honor. I want to thank my dedicated Evergreen team and also all of the creative artists that took my vision and made it into a reality.
So CCIS started the New Canadian Artist Award to really recognize those new Canadians who have made an especially strong impact on the Calgary art scene. We are pleased and honored to present an award to a particularly distinguished local artist by the name of Lanre Ajayi. He has brought his native Nigerian flavor to the local art scene, and he's especially deserving of the award of the New Canadian Artist.
My name is Lanre Ajayi, a contemporary artist, originally from Nigeria. When I moved to this city, I love the feel. The spirit speaks to me. I see possibility around because I love art. I love colors. It's reflecting in my fashions, my paintings, things I do. So I love to play with colors because I love to communicate possibility through my art, through my paintings, and through my fashion. Receiving this award this year is very humbling because it means somebody is noticing what you're doing. I want to thank the entire management staff of CCIS. I want to thank my colleagues at Studio Prospect. I want to thank my family for their support. I want to thank this city. Calgary speaks to me.
And this award is for an artist that could live anywhere in the world, but in fact chooses to live and make their home in Calgary and make a difference.
Recognizing arts and culture in the province of Alberta as the important role that it plays in the development of our economy. And when you get somebody like Sandi, who is staying in Alberta, such a talented individual, we feel people like her should be recognized and get special attention in our province.
She's a true champion.
I'm Sandi Somers, and I'm a filmmaker and a set lighting and projection designer for theater. And I'm also the creative director and principal torchbearer for an organization called Herland for the advancement of women in film. I started off doing film in doing shorts and doing gallery installations, and then as of last year, I made my first feature. And presently I'm working on my second feature, which is just amazing. I would love to thank Lois and Doug Mitchell for sponsoring the award, and also for Sharon Stevens, the Executive Director of Alberta Media Arts Alliance, and the Board of Directors for nominating me for this award.